a move that took many by surprise.
I don't think most market players really had this on their radar.
The decision by OPEC Plus to make production cuts of 1.16 million barrels per day as the world is dealing with inflation and a banking crisis.
The fundamentals don't seem to show a need for a cut.
The cuts are happening at a time when Russia has promised to make its own cuts, where there's been disruption to Iraqi oil exports into Turkey, and as China's post-COVID recovery continues, all contributing to strong oil demand.
So put all this together, it's not obvious to me that the market was screaming out for a cut or that there was anything really urgent for a cut of this size.
It was described by a Saudi energy official as a precautionary measure, was described as aimed at supporting the stability of the oil market. And I think OPEC Plus has made it a point since its establishment of being proactive. And so I think it has to be seen in that context.
But the move risks affecting measures to curb inflation, and according to Reuters calculations, brings the total volume of cuts by OPEC Plus, which includes Saudi Arabia and Russia, to 3.66 million barrels per day, equal to 3.7% of global demand.
These are described as voluntary cuts, so it's not within the the general framework, and each member has come out and said what part of this million barrels a day that they'll pick up. That seems to be roughly in line with in proportion to their production.
But while Saudi Arabia is seen as acting in its own interest, the White House, having missed the opportunity to refill its strategic petroleum reserves, sees these cuts as unwise, arguing that lower oil prices support economic growth at a time of global uncertainty.
I think generally Saudi Arabia has been more assertive in its decision-making on many issues in the last couple of years.
And for OPEC Plus leader Saudi Arabia, these cuts come at a time when the kingdom's pivot east appears to be in full swing.
Especially to China, where its main customers are. So that's what it comes down to. Saudi Arabia doing what's best for Saudi Arabia and what's best for the oil market with its partners in OPEC Plus. I think this is really the bottom line.
And that is very much a trend that's only likely to accelerate in the future. Stenman, CGTN, Dubai.